20% of people find mistakes on their credit report, and those mistakes could cost you some big money. Here today with some good information on how to protect yourself is author of the new book, Financial Fresh Start, and Fox 29's own common sense lawyer, Shari O. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Good morning, John.
Boy, 20%, that's, when you see that, that's 1 out of 5 people, find a mistake. That sounds like an awful lot.
It's shocking, and that's why this new report from the Federal Trade Commission is news, because can you imagine if 1 in 5 doctors got it wrong,
right,
or 1 in 5 times we got it wrong on the news? It would just be unacceptable.
Not good, right?
No, it's not okay. And here's the issue with this new report. Number one, the incidence of problems is much higher than we thought. But number two, the types of problems. Huge percentages of these problems are actually causing people to get lower credit scores and costing more money. That's the big thing. About 5% of these actually are costing you more dollars.
Boy, and it'll nail you in the long run or the short run as well. So what do you do if you think that there's been an error on your report?
Well, we've talked about this before. In this day and age, knowing your credit score is as important as knowing your social security number or your phone number, and that's one of the reasons you can now go to annualcreditreport.com and get your credit report for free once a year. And this study shows us it's more important than ever that folks like us do that. Even if you think you don't have credit problems, there may be errors on your report. So you're looking for old items that are more than 7 years old, things that don't belong to you, that type of thing. And here's the thing this study also showed, that 20% of the time, those credit issues were immediately fixed. 80% of the time, they caused an immediate change on the credit report.
Oh, that's great.
Well, and here's what's shocking. 10% of the time, it actually increased the folks' credit scores, and 26% of the time, those folks had their scores go up by somewhere between 25 and 100 points, which can be a game changer when it comes to borrowing and the interest rates you pay.
That could make a really big difference.
It's huge.
Do you need to check your credit score more than once a year? For most people, that's good enough.
Well, you don't want to do it too often, because every time you pull your credit report, it shows up that it was pulled, so you don't want to do that. But here's the thing. If you feel like you need help with that, there are HUD credit counselors. You just go to hud.gov. Sometimes they're free, sometimes they're very low cost, or you can go to private credit counselors. And John, the difference between a 698 score, for example, and a 700 on, say, a $150,000 mortgage can be as much as $10,000 in interest if your credit score is off just by those 2 points. So it's really important. It's a free thing that you can do to really save your money. And now from this FTC report, we know that you have to do it.
Well, that's right. And people need to do it. I mean,
Absolutely.
A lot of times people say, oh, what the heck? It doesn't affect me, like we say about so many things, but it does affect you.
Absolutely.
More
it's
than
proven.
you know.
Proven now.
That's right. Shari, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you back here again next week.
You got it.
Let's go back over to the anchor desk.